I did everything right. Risk management, discipline, patience, and I still lost everything. This is the story nobody tells you, the one that almost ended me. If you trade, you need to hear this, because what happened to me can happen to you. I was not like the others. I did not revenge trade. I did not skip my stop loss. I did not chase the market or pray for a reversal. I studied for 2 years before I risked a single dollar. I read the books. I back-tested the strategies. I journaled every trade, every single trade. I knew my win rate. I knew my risk-to-reward ratio. I knew my maximum drawdown. I treated trading like a business, not a casino, not a dream, a business. And for 18 months, it worked.
My girlfriend believed in me because she saw the work. I wasn't hiding in a dark room chasing pips. I was at the kitchen table with my journal open, explaining my process. She called me the most disciplined person she knew. I started to believe that discipline was my armor, that if I just followed the rules, nothing could touch me. I was wrong. And the thing that broke me, it was not a mistake. It was not a bad trade. It was something I never saw coming.
It started slowly, a losing week, then another, then a losing month. I was not panicking. I had been through drawdowns before. I knew the math. My strategy had a 60% win rate. Losing streaks were part of the game. So I stayed calm. I followed my rules. I journaled every trade. But the losses kept coming. Not big losses, small ones. Death by 1,000 cuts. I checked my strategy. Still valid. I checked my psychology. Still disciplined. I checked my risk management. Still tight. Everything was right. And everything was wrong. I remember sitting on the edge of my bed at 2 a.m, staring at my journal. 18 months of perfect records. 18 months of discipline. And my account was down 40%. I had done nothing wrong. Nothing. And I was still losing. That was when the question crept in. The dangerous one. The one that eats at disciplined traders more than undisciplined ones. What if I am doing everything right and it is still not enough? What if the game is rigged? What if I gave 2 years of my life to something that will never give back? That question did more damage than any bad trade ever could. I stopped journaling. For the first time in 2 years, I stopped. Because what was the point? The journal was supposed to be my weapon, my proof that I was different. But the market did not care about my journal. It did not care about my discipline. It did not care that I had done everything right. It took my money anyway. And for the first time since I started trading, I understood the revenge traders. I understood the people who blew accounts in one night. Not because I did it, but because I finally understood why they did.
when you are in pain and the rules are not saving you. Breaking them starts to feel like the only move left. I did not break, but I came closer than I ever admitted to anyone.
I stood outside that night, and I asked God a question I had never asked before. Not help me win, not give me a good trade. I asked, is this what you want me to do? Have I been chasing something you never called me to? Because if I have, I need to know now, before I lose more than money, before I lose myself, before I lose her. Because she was still there, still believing in me, still waiting for me to come back from the charts and be the man she fell in love with. And I was starting to wonder if that man still existed. The answer did not come in a dream or a vision. It came in a conversation with my girlfriend. She sat me down and said, I love you, but I have been watching you disappear. Not into bad habits, into good ones. Your discipline has become your prison. You are so afraid of doing something wrong that you have forgotten how to live. And the market does not reward people who are afraid to live. It rewards people who can take a loss and still show up the next day without hating themselves. You have the discipline, but you lost the joy. And a trader without joy is just a machine waiting to break down. I did not cry when she said that, but something inside me shifted because she was right. I did not quit trading, but I quit letting trading define my worth. I stopped journaling like a robot and started writing how I felt after each trade. I stopped staring at my win rate like it was my GPA. I stopped treating every loss like a moral failure. Here is the truth that saved me. The market is not testing your discipline. The market is not testing anything. It is just moving. Your discipline is for you, not to impress the market, not to earn its respect, but to protect your own sanity. So you can take a loss and still go outside and feel the sun. So you can have a red week and still laugh at a joke. So you can be a trader and a human being at the same time. That is the balance. That is the real edge. I trade now. Not perfectly, but peacefully. I still have losing days. I still have red weeks. But I no longer have red months in my soul. Because I finally learned the lesson that 18 months of discipline could not teach me. The market does not owe you anything. Not for your discipline, not for your journaling, not for your back testing. It does not owe you. You owe you. You owe yourself a life outside the charts. You owe yourself the ability to lose money and still be whole. You owe yourself the courage to ask the hardest question. Is this still worth it? And if the answer is yes, then trade. But trade like a free person, not like a prisoner waiting for the market to set him free. I have a question for you, and I need you to be honest. When was the last time you had a losing trade and still felt okay? Not numb, not pretending, actually okay. If you cannot remember, then this story was for you. Because the danger is not the loss, The danger is what the loss is doing to the person you are becoming. So tell me in the comments, what is one thing you do outside of trading that keeps you human, that reminds you that you are more than your P&L? Share it, because someone else in this comment section needs to hear it, and they need to know they are not alone. If this story hit you, someone you know needs to hear it. Share this video, subscribe to Trader Cinema, turn on notifications, because episode 4 is coming, and episode 4 is different. It is about a trader who did not lose money. He lost something worse, something you cannot deposit back into an account. When it was gone, he had to ask himself a question no amount of profit could answer. Was the trade worth the cost? That story drops soon. Do not miss it, because it might be about you. Until next time, keep your risk small, keep your heart open, and remember, every chart hides a story. This is Trader Cinema, behind the chart. I will see you in the comments.